The Pig and the Mud. A Valentine's Day Story by Stacy Murphy. Many other animals lived on this farm with Radish, including a duck, a sheep, a cat, and a dog. There is even a horse on the other side of the barn. Every year for Valentine's Day, the animals make each other valentines. The other animals even came by to remind Radish that Valentine's Day was only a few days away. As the other animals walked away, Radish thought about what valentines he should make. Radish has an idea, but he is not sure if it will work. He is not going to tell anyone. If his idea works, it will be a great surprise. Radish set off to get his supplies. After finding what he needed, Radish sat down next to the mud. He started to make his valentines. Radish was actually using the mud to make hearts. He is going to leave a little opening to put something special in the heart-shaped mud. Radish thinks this will be the best Valentine's Day surprise ever. As Radish continued to work on his valentines, the other animals noticed he was making something out of mud. The duck and the sheep came closer to see what Radish was doing. They did not look impressed. Who would make valentines out of mud? Radish kept working till he finished all the valentines. If everything worked, he knew the animals would like his valentines. Early on Valentine's Day, Radish went around and hung up all the valentines he had made on the fence posts. There was one for each animal on the farm. He even hung one on the barn for the horse. Later that day, the animals traded valentines. Radish watched from the mud as the animals checked out their valentines. Just as Radish had expected, no one removed their valentine from the fence. They didn't understand what to do with valentines made out of mud. This was fine with Radish. His plan was working. A few days later, as Radish was looking at the valentines, it started to rain. This was just what Radish was hoping for. Radish went to the barn to watch the rain. It was raining so hard that it began knocking the mud hearts down to the ground. This, too, was what Radish hoped would happen. After the rain, all the mud hearts turned into mud piles on the ground. Radish overheard Mia the duck laughing about it while she was splashing in a puddle. Radish was a bit sad, but thanks to the rain, his plan was going to work, and soon the other animals would not be laughing. A few days later, plants started growing where the mud hearts had fallen. Radish was so excited. His plan had worked. The seeds he put in the mud hearts had sprouted and were now growing. The other animals noticed the plants. Did Radish plan this? The animals wondered what kind of seeds Radish put in those mud hearts. They would just have to wait and see. After a few weeks, the flowers were in full bloom. All the animals were amazed. The flowers were beautiful and so big. The animals were sorry they had doubted Radish's mud hearts. Radish was just happy his plan worked. His mud hearts ended up being the best Valentines ever. Now he just has to think of something for next year. The end. I hope you've enjoyed this story, The Pig and the Mud. Grandma loves that Radish thought about something different. He wanted to surprise his friends, and they got Valentines on Valentine's Day. But their big surprise was later in the spring when the flowers bloomed. That was a great surprise. Grandma also loves that the pig's name is Radish. How cute is that? Click that thumbs up button if you like the pig's name is Radish. So now I want you to think about something special to do for Valentine's. Maybe you can plant some seeds and grow them so you can see them in the spring or the summer. And make sure you come back for more stories by Grandma.